Hey, I'm Mike, a network engineer with over 18 years of experience building highly secure networks. Today I'm here with...
Hi, I'm Craig, also a network engineer with many years of experience, but more recently I've been cloud native.
Hey Craig, we have this audit coming up and I'm trying to get out of here for vacation. We know the data center is good, but we don't have the visibility in the cloud that we should have. Is there a platform that we currently have that will give us this visibility into the cloud?
You know, there might be. I'm curious, on your on-prem, how did you check the security there? How did you make sure that the audit was correct in that instance?
I don't know what we did. It just worked. We know it's good.
That's understandable. So do you know what our cloud looks like?
I don't think anybody knows what our cloud looks like.
Well, let's take a look at forward and show you what that might be. I'm going to open up US West 2. So I've got several different zones here. You see sales, marketing, the engineering folks. I've also got a dedicated firewall VPC and all of my other production and SSH access. You can see in forward how they're all connected to my transit gateway. And of course, I have other resources showing me internal and also external pairings. Now, how can I verify that the security posture is correct between these environments? Like if you just looked at this, how would you think the traffic might go?
If I just looked at this, I would assume everything would go through the firewall VPC.
That would be a pretty good assumption, but how do you prove it?
That's the hard part.
It is the hard part. So let's take a look at the security posture to see what that looks like. I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to click on my cloud security posture. You see all of the same zones, my production, my sales, my marketing, my engineering. I see all of the connectivity between them, but now I have a way to show the matrix between them. Now, how did I construct this? Very, very easily. I just created all of the subnets. I can even add security groups if I want to as well, and just said, well, marketing is composed of these subnets, sales are composed of these subnets, nothing else. This matrix shows me a source and destination for all of those pairs. So let's prove a little bit of this out. So if going from sales to production, completely blocked. Now, when I say completely blocked, I show you the full path end to end, telling you exactly how it gets there, and yes, that goes through my Palo Alto firewall, and it definitely is blocked. I have a positive security control that blocks that traffic. How can I prove this for everything? Because I see lots of yellows and lots of reds. Now there are some greens here. If I go from, like, say, SSH to production, there is a partial level of access, which you would expect. I need a bastion connectivity into my production.
Yep.
Opening that up, I see that pairs of what's allowed, source and destination, and the path will also show me, okay, goes to the firewall, and I have the appropriate holes put inside the firewall. So that's correct. Does that work for everything, though? I don't know. Let's check out sales to marketing. That also has partial access. I have a couple of IP pairs there. Opening that up, and what do you see?
I see it's not going through the firewall.
It's exactly not going through the firewall. So even if you audited the firewall correctly and checked the logs, this completely bypasses this because someone created a backdoor between them. So now I have a backdoor path that completely violates my security policy, and it's going to cause us to fail the audit. So you see just this one, right?
Yes.
Could there be others?
There could be.
Because we have many, many regions across the globe, not just in AWS, but in Azure and GCP. I want to use the data I have here to query the entire model, all of my accounts, all of my regions, to tell me if this is correct. Let's open up NQE, and I already have a simple query for you to look at that. It's called no VPC pairing. Now, oops, it shows up as failed.
Tisk, tisk.
So, and it's going to open up a ServiceNow ticket every time that I have a failure condition.
Okay.
Opening the query up, you see two instances of things that are incorrect. There's the one I already saw, US West 2, and there's another one in US East 1. Now, this is not something that's built into the platform. This is based on the query language. All I needed to do was ask the model, what are my accounts, what are my VPCs, and tell me which places peer with each other, because that's going to be incorrect because everything should be peering with the transit gateway, not with each other. So now very quickly, I can give this to my auditors and say, I've got two places that I need to remediate, US West 2 and US East 1. So all you have to do in forward is find out what you're looking for from a posture assessment, just put in sources and destinations, and also if you want to look at it at a more holistic level, just create these simple queries to see exactly what the traffic flow might be.
If the auditor wanted to go back in time and audit a specific time frame, do we store data where we can go back in time and look at that.
And that's the great thing. I can always go back to whenever I've taken a snapshot and tell me what the differences are between my security posture. And if there was a point, like say I was breached, 3 months ago, tell me what the posture was at that point in time. So you have that forensic capability.
Wow, so now we're totally gonna be set for any audit that comes. We have this data readily there. So now there's no more scrambling at the last minute to give the auditor what they want when it's time for an audit. Thanks, Craig.
Thank you, Bosh.